Yo, yo, yo. What's good, family? Once again, it's your boy, Eight Face, the Muddy Professor. And yes, as you can see, I'm back again with another video. Yeah, I've been on my video kick lately, huh? Yeah, I just been feeling it lately. I feel like I've been getting like downloads, a lot of downloads and everything. And I just want to share with y'all. I just want to share with y'all certain things that have been going on with me, certain processes that I'm using, in my life right now to change for the better. And yeah, so like my last video with the sunrise, right? Through that video I was talking and I had touched, briefly on how I usually wake up very early in the morning to come out to nature to meditate and talk with God, as I say, my worship time. You know what I'm saying? I usually come out very early in the morning, and this is a ritual for me. This is something that I made into a ritual for myself. And I also spoke about how I'm doing this for the reason of trying to gain some positive energy that I could use for my benefit in my own life. Now, I'm gonna explain that a little bit further. You know what I'm saying? First off, I want to say this: like what I'm about to talk about, what I'm about to explain, I have never seen it before anywhere. I haven't read this. I haven't seen a video about it. I have not been exposed to this in any way other than like it being up here. And it's not even my own idea. I don't take the credit. Like real talk. Like I really feel like God placed that idea into my mind. Because this is not an idea that I had before. So all right. So recently in my life, in my own life, like I'm coming out of something like very heavy, you know what I'm saying, that happened in my life. And, I just had a very hard time recently, and I'm coming out of it. Like it's not as bad as it was and it's getting better. But nonetheless, I feel like there's still some residual energy associated with that situation, and I just want to be done with it altogether. You know what I'm saying? I want to move on, and I want my life to improve. I always want my life to improve, not just from that situation, from every situation. I always want my life to be better. But yeah, so I had got a theory. Now, mind you, like I said, I don't take the credit for this. Like, I don't feel like this is my own idea. This is not A.E.P idea, right? I feel like God placed that idea into my mind. So I wake up very early in the morning when it's still dark outside. I make it a point to get up while it's still dark and actually be outside already while it's still dark. Like I try to get to my place wherever I'm gonna go. I try to get to my place at least while, like, before the sun comes up. Like if the sky is turning blue or whatever, that's cool. But at least before the sun comes up. This is important to me in this moment. What I'm doing is, okay, so the earth in where I live in my area, right? For that time, the earth is changing. It's transitioning. It's transitioning from dark to light. You know what I'm saying? It's transitioning from night to day, dark to light. I just came out of a dark period in my life, and I'm trying to transition more into the light, into a more positive, energy. I'm trying to do this in my own life. So what I've been doing is coming out, worshiping God during this time, during this time of transition for the earth. Like I say, in my area for this time. using that, because I feel like that's a strong energy. I really do. Imagine it's going from dark, like pure dark, pitch black, to light. The sun comes up, and the sun is the bringer of energy, all this stuff, right? Of life and all this, on our planet. We need that sun. So it's an important transition. You know what I mean? I feel like there's energy just in that time right there, in that time frame. There's an energy, there's a transitional energy, and not just a regular transitional energy. It's transitional energy from dark to light, which I'm trying to do in my own life. Metaphorically, I'm trying to transition from night to day in my life. You know what I'm saying? Where it's, just bright and sunny. So I'm using the earth's energy, and I'm trying to use that to like, in some ways, use that in my own situation, right? Through my meditation, through my prayer and my worship to God during this time, to help in my situation, to help me transition, using the earth energy to help me in my own life transition from that dark period to the light period, and do it flawlessly, just like how the sun comes up in the day and the day comes. Do it flawlessly without any, hiccups and any interruptions, just transition. So I'm using that energy to do that. Like, this is what I'm doing. Like I said, I haven't read this nowhere. I don't, I haven't seen it nowhere. I haven't heard nobody talk about this or anything like that. This is like, I don't want to call it a original idea, because I'm not saying that there's nothing out there. You might just go up on YouTube and find exactly what I'm talking about, or Google it and find. I haven't done that. I haven't even researched it to see if it's out there. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is that this was an idea that I was placing in my mind. So what I'm doing now, see, in my life, what I normally do, period, with everything that I do, it's all trial and error for me. I don't have a guru or somebody to teach me. I don't have that. I don't have a spiritual teacher. A lot of times my spiritual teacher be YouTube or, I don't know, things I read, books and stuff like that. That's where a lot of my spiritual teaching comes from. And trial and error. Most of it is trial and error. Trial and error. I try things out, see how it works for me. If I ain't digging it, I ain't feeling it, then I just try something else. And then, I just do things like that. And if something is working for me, I feel like I like it, then I just keep doing that. You know what I mean? Until, I don't want to do it no more or whatever. So, in a lot of ways, I'm like it's funny because I be experimenting a lot. So I'm like a scientist, you know what I mean? And my name, I'm the Muddy Professor, right? And yeah, I broke my name down on the very first video I made. And I spoke about how the word professor in my name is more me professing a message. I am a professor of my message. And the muddy part comes from me, just my background, where I come from. I come from the mud, just like everybody else. I've been through the trials and tribulations. I'm not like a Jesus figure that never sinned. I'm not, a Buddha. I'm not that. I'm none of that. I'm a regular guy like you. And what I'm trying to show everybody is I'm making changes in my life, And right now, even with this, what I'm doing, coming out, during the transitional period and trying to use that energy, right? So I don't know if this works. And I'm gonna do it until I feel like, I had enough or whatever, or it works, whatever. I'm trying this out. It's my experiment. You know what I'm saying? And so it's funny because how my name is the Muddy Professor, and so I, in a lot of ways, a scientist is a professor. So it fits for that too. You know what I mean? I just wanted to share. I know I'm corny sometimes. Listen, on a regular, if you know me for real, on a regular, you see that I'm actually a very funny guy and very witty. During certain times. Not to toot my own horn. I'm just letting y'all know, I got a certain personality with me that's more like what y'all are like. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no different than nobody else. You know, I'm wearing these beads, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I come out here and meditate early in the morning. It's not normal things that everybody do, right? But other than that, my life, my lifestyle, you know, I can't even say that because for real, I'm not into a lot of things that I used to be into anymore. But trust and believe that I've been there, done that. You know, I've used drugs. I've, you know, sold drugs. You know what I mean? I hurt people, you know, physically. You know what I'm saying? I've been hurt physically. You know, I've been the victim of crimes and I've been the aggressor in the crimes. You know, I know all avenues. When it comes to that, I'm no stranger to none of that stuff. You know what I mean? And those out there who know me personally will know that I'm telling the truth. I'm testifying to the truth right here with what I'm saying. So, you know, yeah. So basically, I'm a regular guy trying to do something different in my life because, like I said, I feel like God speaks with me. And this is the direction that I feel like I'm getting from God is to do these things. So I'm gonna do them, and as I do them, I'm gonna share them with people. They work, they work. They don't, right? But I'm showing y'all how I learn, like through my trials and errors. I learned what to do and not to do, what's right, what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? I don't need somebody to lay it out for me or to tell me, right? Because I have the ultimate somebody. You know, that's God who's actually directing my steps. And sometimes, you know, I might not quite understand right away and I might stumble and make a little mistake here and there. You know what I'm saying? I might hear something and not quite understand because I'm not perfect and my energy ain't all the way clean. You know, I still have habits that I shouldn't have and I still need to clean up. You know, it's funny because I get this information about how to do that, right? About how to clean up and what to do and you know, and all this necessary stuff, right? And it's so weird because even though I have this information, even though I have this knowledge, it's hard for me to put it into practice a lot of times. You know, it takes a lot. It's dedication. It takes a lot, you know, to do that. You know what I mean? And but I'm determined. I'm determined. It's because like I said, I lived in a certain lifestyle well over 20 years. You know, I stated in my last video. I mean, it's actually been more like 25 years or more. It has been over 25 years that I've lived in that lifestyle. And I'm telling y'all the truth, man. I experienced everything that comes with that, like all the highs and lows and all. You know, I didn't make it to be a millionaire or nothing like that, but I had a lot of money. I felt like a millionaire, you know, a lot of times, you know what I mean? I spent money like I was a millionaire, you know what I mean? I was, you know, reckless with spending money and stuff like that. I know everything that could come with that, right? I seen it, I tasted it, you know what I mean? I experienced it, and I'm good. Like for me, it's all right, cool. You know, it was some fun time. I'm not gonna front. It was fun times, you know, and things like that. But I'm done. Like, you know, it's like going to the amusement park, right? I rode all those rides already. I'm cool. Like I'm good. I know what I'm missing. I know what I'm missing. I don't have any regrets. I could look back and be like, psh, I made a good choice because I know exactly what I'm missing. And I know through experience. And, you know, not all of us have to go through that. I was the knucklehead. I'm the kid that when you say the stove is hot, I touch the stove to see just how hot it is. Like, that's me. I'm the knucklehead. You know, I always been that in my whole life. You know what I mean? Like, my real name, I ain't gonna share that with y'all right now, but my real name is actually the name of a famous character, you know what I'm saying, that always gets in trouble. This is what my real name is. Like, it was almost like I was destined for that. You know what I mean? It's so crazy. But yeah. So, you know, I understand, you know, I'm not sitting here and being holier than thou. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those guys, man. You know, I just feel like there's certain things that I do know and I have a certain knowledge on that I feel like could be beneficial to you, to me, to everyone, right? So I'ma just share it. If you wanna hear it, that's cool. Sit and listen. Watch my videos. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to my channel. You know what I mean? But if you don't want to listen, you don't have to. You don't have to watch these videos. You don't have to do nothing. You could click them right off. You know, I don't even know how you would be even notified I make a video. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. If you ain't even subscribe, so you can unsubscribe if you want to. I ain't trying to force nothing down nobody's throat. You know what I mean? That's something. Okay. While I'm here with y'all, I just want to talk about my favorite person, Jesus, and I sure do talk about Jesus a lot for somebody who keeps claiming not to be a Christian, right? I'm just saying, I really do admire Jesus, the man Jesus. I admire him, man. Like, he has such a character, he has such integrity, he had such wisdom with him. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be that way in my own life. I could probably never achieve that, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna die trying, yo. That's my word. That's what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? But anyway, speaking on Jesus, right? So, I have a little bit of knowledge of the Bible. It's not like an exact, not right. Like I read the stories, I understood them, and then like I have a way that I process them in my own mind. So when I retell the stories, please bear that in mind, that I'm telling it from my own perspective, from the way I understand it. So with Jesus, what I've noticed, one thing about Jesus was he stressed very much about non-judgment, right? He told us, he was like, yo, the same measurement that you use on everybody else, that's going to be the same measurement that's used on you on that day, right? And also, Jesus also said that he was going to be the judge. Keep this in mind, because I'm going to return to that. And then you see the stories, and you see how Jesus interacted with people, right? He had many parables about non-judgment. He was talking about the plank in the eye, all that stuff. He had a parable about this guy that owed money to, I think, the king or something like that, and he begged for mercy, and the king gave him mercy, and then as soon as he was leaving from that spot, he seen somebody that owed him money, and the dude begged for mercy, but he didn't give no mercy. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like a judgment parable there. You know what I'm saying? Like, do unto others kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying all this because, and there was the woman. There was the adulterous woman that everybody was about to stone, right? And I brought this up before, but I'm going to return to that for a second. So there was the woman that, like, she committed adultery. They brought her in front of Jesus, and they was like, yo, what? The law says that we should stone her. What should we do? And Jesus' reply was, let him without sin cast the first stone, right? Let he who has no sin cast the first stone. Now, what's funny about that statement is the person making the statement was sinless. At least that's what we're led to believe. You know what I'm saying? Through tradition and stuff, and certain things that say in the Bible. He was sinless. Him, the guy who said it, had every right, all authority to throw that first stone. Yet he didn't. He didn't. And what ended up happening was all the men that was present realized that they were not sinless, so they couldn't be the one to pick up the stone. So they, one by one, they left. And then when, in the end, Jesus looked up, nobody was there. He asked the lady where they went. She said they did. Then he told her, yo, well, go about your way too. He didn't judge her. All he said was, yo, don't sin no more. That's all he said. That's the only thing he told her. Don't sin no more. But he didn't judge her for what she already did. I bring all these things up to say, right, Jesus was strong on non-judgment. You know what I'm saying? He says that he's going to be our judge. But he also said the measurement which we use on others is going to be the measurement used upon us. So in the end, it's like we're our own judge, because the method by which Jesus is going to judge us is how we judge everybody else. So for instance, for example, say I don't like people lying to me, right? I get very angry when people lie to me, yet I lie to everybody else. It's that type of stuff, right? So for me, it's wrong when people lie to me. So if I was to be judged, I would be judged upon the fact that I don't like people lying to me, yet I lie to people. I don't like people stealing from me, but I steal from people. I don't like people doing violence and harm to me, but I do violence and harm to people. You dig? You get where I'm coming from? Even to turn the other cheek, that in a way too is kind of like, I understand it like a non-judgment thing. Now hear me out. Jesus said if you get struck on the face, to turn the other cheek, to get for them to strike that one too. Okay, this is what I believe that means. We're, especially in a violent situation, when we're in a situation where we're having conflict with somebody, right? And then especially in violence, somebody hits us. So our thing is, oh, we gotta defend ourselves. We gotta defend ourselves from being harmed. So what do? We fight back, right? But at what point is it that you stop defending yourself and now you're the aggressor? At what point does that happen? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what Jesus was more or less pointing out in that illustration, right? It's like he's basically saying, like, don't get yourself into a conflict situation, because when you are in them type of situations and you justifying in your mind that the reason why I'm doing this is because this man hit me in the face, or he spit on me, or he insulted me, or he did this or did that, right? You're justifying in your head to do the exact bad thing that this person just did to you that you didn't like. You're justifying in your mind how you can do this to them and still be okay. And I think what Jesus was saying when he was saying the turn the other cheek thing was to stay away from that type of thinking, because it's dangerous. It could lead to you sinning or sinning against yourself, really, without kind of like taking responsibility for it, without like trying to throw the blame on the other person. You know what I'm saying? And either way, you're wrong. You bad, it's wrong, don't do it. And pretty much I think that's what Jesus was pointing out with that illustration. So basically, I tell you all that stuff to say this. If anybody was gonna judge me based off of what Jesus said and did, what the Bible says that he said and did, if anybody was going, I would want Jesus to be my judge, because he seems like the most just and fair judge. And in the end of the day, I'll be honest with you, if any indication of how he will be, you can get from how he was, then you could see plainly from the story of the woman, the adulterous woman, that Jesus is willing, more than willing, to pardon us for our sins. More than willing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he'll be our judge. But what if he chooses not to judge? Or what if he understands the situation, explains to us how we could be better, and then gives us the opportunity to do just that? You know what I'm saying? That's what I see as a just, judge or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's not justice when you lock somebody up and throw away the key. That's not justice, that's revenge. That's revenge. Because at what point does this person have a chance to rehabilitate and to learn from that mistake? At what point? You gave them the ultimate sentence, and that's it. That's it. It's done. It's over with. And now they just boasting forever, or locked up forever, or whatever. People get the death penalty. You know what I'm saying? So how is that a just? How is that? How is that just? You know what I'm saying? To me, in my understanding, just is if there's an infraction that happens, and I don't know how it could be done, but if somehow, somewhere you can get a guarantee that this infraction will never, ever, ever happen again. You know what I'm saying? Like somehow you could be comfortable understanding that this thing won't ever, ever happen again. I think that's just. I think that's true justice right there. And no punishment has to be involved. Like the aggressor, the person who did the wrongdoing, if somehow you could understand that this person is truly, without a doubt, sorry about what happened, and this is something that this person will never do ever again, then I don't even see ever a need for punishment. Honestly, I don't. Because to me, from what I understand, I thought punishment was just a tool to use to teach somebody that they made a mistake or they did something wrong and that they shouldn't do it again. You know what I'm saying? The problem is, though, we using punishment as revenge. Oh, you hurt me, so I gotta hurt you. That's your punishment. Eye for eye stuff. You know what I mean? That stuff that Moses brought up. You know what I mean? And we call it like it's God. Is it? But can we do that for real? Somebody hurt me, kill a family member of mine. Can I go out there and kill a family member of theirs and get away with it? Society would not let that happen. Society, I don't care if it's in the Bible. We know that this is not a right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So why are we still living like this? Why are we still going after things like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, yeah, I went off all the way in left field. I started one place, I ended up in another, as normal, as usual. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. In the end, I had said this in my last video too, like I feel like we all gonna be redeemed in the end. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what it is. Like, we got the most merciful, most just judge that's sitting, in judgment of us. You know what I mean? And as he said, like real talk, if you believe Jesus or whatever, you believe the things he say, then just follow what he said. He said, yo, the measurement you use against others is going to be the measurement that's used against you. So just have integrity. Be real with who you are. You don't like something, then don't do it to other people. That's integrity. Just have that, and you're going to be good. Yeah, this was a public service announcement from your boy, A.E.P, the Money Professor. I love y'all, and as always, peace and blessings. I'm out, homie. Peace.